Welcome to the iCoat Products Decorative Concrete and Epoxy Podcast, Concrete Conversations. My name's Tim Phelps. I'm from iCoat Products, and we proudly manufacture everything in the USA. We make a premier line of coatings and decorative concrete systems for use in residential, commercial, and industrial applications. For the builder, contractor, DIYer, and even artist, we also offer support, training, and much, much more. So many self-employed tradesmen expand their skill set using iCoat products and our systems. It helps them earn more money. We want to use these podcasts to help you understand several things: where you can make money with our products and systems, how to navigate generating business, where the value is, what you're trying to achieve with each job, and how to get paid on every job every time. That's where the opportunity is. So let's get started. Welcome to our introductory episode. I'm joined today by Ian Faith, business and marketing guru at Global Creative Group and host of several successful podcasts.
Tim, thank you so much. It's great to join you on this journey. I've known for many years you, and I know you've got a really big heart for this business and for the people you work with. I've seen iCoat grow and expand its offerings for distributors and tradesmen. I know you really pour yourself into every deal, every day, and if you don't mind, I've got some questions so our audience can actually get to know you better. So maybe tell the world, who is Tim Phelps? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a father, a husband, a business owner. I've got a couple of dogs. I'm a general contractor, and I've been doing concrete coatings and been in this industry for more than 30 years. My passion is teaching other contractors how to make money, how to grow their business, how to feed their family, and also how to continue growing opportunities through new products, new offerings, new skill sets. And that's really what I thrive on, is helping people grow their business.
So Tim, 30 years is a long time to be doing anything. People move jobs, they move industries so much nowadays. 30 years is amazing. So what's the history of this? So how did you get involved in this industry?
Well, I had an opportunity. I was fresh out of school, done with the Marine Corps, and I took a job in Florida working for a company that made stamped concrete tools and chemicals. And I started looking into it, and they were doing a concrete coating called spray deck back then, and people still do that. But I wanted to expand on that, and they weren't really interested in that. They were making acid stains, which are really bad. And also they were just doing stamped concrete, not really concentrating on the coating. So my dad's a chemical engineer, and I took a project to him, and we started kind of formulating our own products on my own jobs. And we started making a full line of decorative concrete coatings, and I launched that in the early 90s. And from there, it expanded. We started making synthetic rock materials, and we went into concrete countertops and epoxy, and we got into some staining, and we've got into a lot of different things. So over the years, we've kind of modified the business a little bit, but we've still got all the core products that we started with. And we take great pride in keeping our coloring systems and our coating systems is up to date with technology as we can. And that's really how we got started. But we've always done the same thing. We've taken care of customers. We've trained them. We let them rely upon us to take care of it when they have an issue they need to understand how to fix, or even as far as getting a business model created. We help them with all of that.
Wow. So that sounds like a lot. So main product lines, you said countertops, flooring. Is the multiple variations of flooring? Or if someone was to say, what exact flooring work are we talking about here? Is there a way to quantify that, or just give our listeners a bit more detail?
Yeah, for sure. We have a couple of different lines that go into flooring. Our concrete coatings, again, has always been the core product. So you can go in, if there's a lot of damage on the floor, you can skim right over the top of that. And this is for interior or exterior as well. So concrete coatings, and they can be made to look like essentially anything: slate, tile, travertine, texture, borders, flagstone, all of it. You can make it look like anything. Those are suitable for interior and exterior applications. Then we have our metallic system where it's a metallic epoxy. I'll explain the differences on that with some of the competitors a little bit later, but it's a fantastic product. It's really designed for interior use, but it's called metal illusion, and it can be done in any color or any shade of any color. And then we've got the 1-day stain, which is, again, I go back, acid stains are bad. They're detrimental to the environment. They're caustic. They're just not really good for humans to be around, especially when they're being put down. So I worked for years and years getting a product that would either create a look like an acid stain, or you could do something that looks like a polished concrete floor. Again, any shade of any color. But that particular product, you can go in and actually get your prep work done and have a finished floor in 1 day's time without really any problem at all, sealed and ready to walk on for a customer. So it's really popular for bars and restaurants and things where they don't want to shut down their business for an extended period of time. So those are really the 3 flooring systems that we offer.
Excellent. So industries always talk about differentiation. You mentioned earlier your father was a chemist as well, and you manufacture in the USA. So if someone was to ask what separates you from the other epoxies out there, the other concrete overlay systems that are out there, what would the answer be towards differentiation?
Well, again, it goes back to I installed, as we were developing all the products, I'm a general contractor, and I installed the products on my own jobs while we perfected them. And I don't put anything out there that I haven't done myself 1,000 times. But the main thing is, as a contractor, I know what it takes to make money. And it's not wasting days of labor and things like that. For instance, most metallic systems that anybody else has got out there are kind of limited in the fact that you put the primer down, you get your prep work done, you put the primer down, and then you've got a 6 or 8 hour or 10 hour lag time. So you're on to the next day. But one of the things they did was formulate, and it's actually part of the 1-day stain system, but our primer dries in a matter of an hour or an hour and a half or so, and you can go down with the metallic the same exact day. So you're saving at least an entire day of labor on that particular system in the metallics. And also we use, instead of using a pigmented mica powder where you're limited to that's the color of blue you get, or that's the color of gray, or I've got a stock 14 different colors of mica. Ours is done with a different system where we're putting in a white mica powder and we're using a super stain, which is a nano pigment tint that we developed. So you can make any shade of blue or any shade of gray or any shade of anything that you might consider wanting out there on your job site. So it opens up a whole plethora of things. But again, it goes back to we're contractors and our products are made for contractors. So for contractors, by contractors, makes a big difference in the industry because we're only into things that can make a guy some money.
Nice. I've actually talked to a few of your customers. I'm sort of amazed by the attention to detail that you provide them with training and guidance through their jobs. It's not something I hear when I talk to a lot of companies. Talk to me a little bit about how someone gets trained and the training that you do as people are working through these systems.
So I've got several distributors around the country that offer training. Some of them, not all the systems, some of them, a couple of the systems, but we also offer training in Phoenix, Arizona. And we also offer video training. So most of our systems, the exact same seminar that you could get live is something that you could do online in a menu-driven system. But we don't put our products on shelves that can't be supported. So one of the things that we really like to do is take a hands-on approach with everybody where, hey, my job is to get you past a learning curve quickly so you can go on to making some money. If you buy something off a shelf somewhere, they don't know even how to install it or any idea how it works, or especially if anything does go wrong, how to fix it so you can still get paid on a job. So that's what And again, it goes back to my passion. My passion is to helping people grow their business, learning how to put down a good product that's consistent with our quality standards that we expect, and also help them grow and expand their business by showing them, hey, look, you run this kind of an ad on Craigslist, or build a website that looks like this, or link to our website or whatever. So we offer not just training, but we also offer after this sales support. And that goes a long way.
Right. So video and in-person training available, and also training via distributors around the country. Yeah, that's fantastic. They're great options. So who you find, who's like the good fit? Is tradesman, we use the term persona in marketing to describe, the type of person who would be a fit for a particular case. Who's that good fit? Who's this right for?
Well, we pretty much mostly train contractors, and our core market is concrete guys, because they're used to being out there and they already have the jobs. They're out there bidding a remove and replace for, and concrete's gone through the roof lately. Everybody knows that.
Right.
So you're paying $160 to $250 a yard for concrete. So a remove and replace to make even a small percentage of return on your investments, $8, $9 a square foot. But you go out and do a coating, and that's going to bring you, like $5 to $6 a square foot profit. So concrete guys are our core market, but we found that drywall guys, painters, and almost any business person with attention to detail that can go in and just learn the system. It's not difficult to learn the system. It's difficult to, not that it's difficult, but it's imperative to pay attention to detail, because there's very minute differences between a fantastic job and one that goes south real quick. So when we teach somebody something, we teach them what to do and also what not to do, which is probably more important, because if you do that, you're going to end up with a problem down the line. So we address everything not to do just as much as we teach them what to do.
Is there a bunch of special tools people need, or is it just your general contractor type tools? Or
really not any specialty tools that are involved in it. It's mostly hand trowels and brooms. I mean, even if you're just getting started and you don't have a power washer, you can go down to Home Depot and rent one of those, because that's really the most important part of it. Now, if you're getting into some big commercial projects or whatever, you may be looking into some grinding equipment for interior metallics and things like that to take off, tile grout and stuff. But for the most part, 90% of the jobs that you're going to run across on a daily basis are buckets, drills, a margin trowel, a couple of pool trowels. Really, there's not any specialty equipment that's involved to put down a good job.
Right. So from garage floors to commercial flooring, bars, you mentioned it earlier, restaurants, even residential. I'm seeing a lot of those floors in homes, and they're pretty beautiful, even up here in North Scottsdale, where less carpet, more beautiful flooring. There seems to be a lot of business out there. So what motivates people? What have you seen as the motivation for people to call you to change their world and, get into this industry? Or is it a case of adding on to what they're currently doing? Well,
what it is it's when people realize what kind of profits you can make in decorative concrete, it's such a bigger percentage than they're used to making. And at first they're like, I don't believe that, but it's true. The market is such that you're competing with tile, and you're competing with stone, and you're competing with other companies that have systems that aren't as efficient, and the money is there. So really that's the main motivator. But at the end of the day, when you get done pouring a brand new slab of vanilla concrete, the neighbors aren't over going, wow, that's amazing, or oh, that's beautiful, I want that at my house. It's just concrete. Yeah. So when you look out over the work and the art that you've just created in somebody's patio or interior floor or whatever, there's a sense of pride and accomplishment, because everybody's raving about it. And that's how you get more jobs too. Nobody's going to go crazy over a slab of concrete. But when you have a real nice big slate patio, or, an interior floor that's a metallic that's just gleaming, that's a motivator. But the money really is the reason that people get into doing this.
Wow, I can see why people choose, your business over, competitors. I've seen other guys out there doing garage floors and other floors, and I know that there's a lot of cowboys out there who aren't doing the greatest job. So I can understand why they come to you, especially with that level of detail. So condition of the market, right now we're in interesting times economically. What do you see now? And what do you see for the next couple of years market-wise? And where's the opportunity?
The market is really good for us right now. And it always happens when there's a downturn. And today we had a big one in the stock market, went down quite a bit. They're talking about recession. And I've always told people over the years, our products are really recession proof, because what happens is that people that have some money are going to probably spend it right now. The rich folks are going to put money and because they're going to get a better deal. People are a little bit slower. They are going to get a better deal. But in all reality, the real concrete contractors, the guys that own the businesses and run the businesses, if they have to lay off some of their people, now they've got another competitor. Because in slow times, everybody with a pickup truck and a trowel is a concrete guy, right? So, and they can order concrete and they can do all that stuff. But what they can't do is really specialize. And what we offer is something that's specialty, where there's money in it. So the real contractors are separating themselves so that when they go out and do a bid, they have an opportunity. Billy Bob can do that job for $1.50 cheaper a square foot. Well, how about if we just do this instead? Because for the same money, I can make it look fantastic, So they're separating themselves. And I like to say that everything we do is something that you can make a lot of money at, because that's what the game is. So,
right.
And I like to explain it like, okay, so that guy that I just taught's got more arrows in his quiver now, where he goes out on a job that or a lead that he's gotten, and hopefully he wants to get a job. He's got more opportunities to do that, because they may be looking at doing a patio or the countertop. And if you can do both, you're going to capitalize on that. So the market is really, the down times are when I get the busiest. And that's just because that's when everybody wants to separate themselves from the competition.
So let me ask you, what's the ramp up time? Let's say someone wanted today to get into this. How long before they can actually be out there making money?
Well, you follow the system and, make your samples for your showroom first. That's the first thing, obviously. So you understand how the coloring techniques work and how this and that works. And then, you do your own patio, you do another buddy's patio or whatever for the cost of materials. And then, you're pretty much ready to go.
Right.
Obviously, your skills with a trowel will get a little bit better, but that's again where we come back and it says, hey, send me some pics of that. I'll critique it. And there, like I said, there's very, very minute little detail oriented things separate a good job from, maybe not as good looking a job, like taking care of the outside edge of the concrete, making sure you honor your expansion joints, trying to trowel in a specific pattern so you don't get a bunch of windshield wiper marks. And we teach all that. And again, it's what not to do. So the ramp up time is not very long.
Great. So if someone wanted to, is there a way to get a hold of you? Is there a website? How would someone get in touch?
Well, we're available at www.icoatproducts.com. We're on Instagram, iCoat.epoxy. We're on Facebook, the iCoat Facebook page. And we're available at 602, or I am 602-692-2653. Or you can call the office at 602-258-1114. And if they're busy, it'll forward directly to me anyway. So again, I like to be personally involved, and I'm the guy that answers the tech support phone calls all the time. That's what I do.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, Tim, thanks so much for letting me interview you today. Looking forward to many more chances and digging in over this podcast series into some specific issues, specific jobs, so we can help train people out there and get them more opportunities to go out and make monies for their families and grow their businesses. So thank you so much. And yeah, look forward to interviewing you next time as well.
I'll look forward to it. Please subscribe to our podcast, then go to iCoatProducts.com and sign up for free so that you can see opportunities that are there for you. So until next time, we will see you again on Concrete Conversations.